Now, this is quite a discovery. Fragments of a biblical scroll, along with other relics, have been found in desert caves in Israel.
What we found is new fragments of a scroll that we have known before that had been discovered from the Bible.
There's a huge chunk of history that we're not aware of, and now it's finally revealed the unexpected. A couple of archaeologists and researchers on a mission recently stumbled on a Bible text that has never been seen before. This newly discovered Bible text holds within it the strangest information about our existence and has even caused major doubts about humanity's origin. What does this newly discovered Bible text contain, and what effects would it have on everything we know about history? Join us as we explore how this newly discovered Bible text raises major doubts about the origin of humans. Apocryphal books are texts that exist written by people who lived alongside Jesus, like Felipe Judas. However, these books were not accepted by the church as being inspired by God. Their authenticity was also questioned because they are not part of the canonical Bible, but for those who enjoy approaching the holy book of Christians with a more critical and less religious perspective, the existence of these texts is quite intriguing. In recent times, with the increase in archaeological excavations, several of these apocryphal texts have been discovered. One such discovery caught the attention of researchers in March 2021. A team of archaeologists unearthed 24 religious books written by individuals who lived during the same time as Jesus Christ. This remarkable finding took place in Israel, specifically in a location known as the Cave of Terror. The cave acquired its name from an event that occurred in the 1960s when researchers found 40 human skeletons. The archaeologists believe that these two discoveries are connected because the Cave of Terror is situated in a region called Horna, which is now recognized as an archaeological site by the United Nations. Horna is characterized by its numerous mountains and caves where many of these apocryphal artifacts and texts have been found. Historians believe that people sought refuge in these caves, including the ones who wrote the text, to hide from state persecution. That's why skeletons and other objects are often found in these locations. However, while the two findings are related in this way, it's difficult to establish a direct link between all the skeletons found and the authorship of the texts. Nevertheless, the region where most of these apocryphal texts were found is historically significant. During the 1950s and 60s, dozens of other books were discovered and compiled in a place called Qumran. These findings were collectively known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. However, it took more than 50 years until new texts were discovered, like the 24 scrolls found in 2021. Although the earlier discoveries in that region were significant, authorities emphasize that this new finding should be approached with great care. The researchers involved in the project have already stated that these new discoveries have the potential to unveil unprecedented insights about humanity. And in addition to the texts, a mummy of a young child estimated to have lived around 6,000 years ago was also found. And this aspect of the discovery has disturbed some people who are studying it, as it challenges their existing beliefs about the occupation of that region. While historically significant, these findings often face resistance from religious communities. Now, apocryphal books are known for contradicting the stories found in the Bible and presenting alternative perspectives on the life of Jesus. The degraded state of conservation and the difficulty in understanding the language used in these texts make it challenging to grasp their full contexts. The manuscripts of the Dead Sea Scrolls in particular remain highly mysterious and continue to be studied by historians. But despite the difficulties, researchers have already discovered significant content that's considered heretical by Christians. For example, one parchment found in the 1950s challenges the portrayal of Mary Magdalene as a prostitute in the Bible. Instead, it depicts her as a wise and respected woman who played a crucial role in Jesus' life. The manuscript suggests that Mary Magdalene was a regular advisor to Christ, which caused controversies and jealousy among other apostles. In the parchment, these apostles are believed to have questioned why Jesus loved Mary Magdalene more than them. According to the manuscripts, Jesus even shared a kiss on the lips with Mary. And alongside the events involving Mary Magdalene, many other biblical characters undergo new interpretations. These texts also reveal a different side of Jesus, showcasing his face and personality beyond what is portrayed in the canonical manuscripts. According to the manuscripts, from a young age, Jesus displayed special gifts and at times even misused his powers. One of the recounted episodes describes a disagreement between Jesus and an irritated classmate, leading Jesus to exclaim, "Fall dead." Surprisingly, the classmate does fall dead, but Jesus eventually resurrects him. And there are numerous other manuscripts and phrases attributed to Jesus which shed light on his childhood and present a more human side of him. However, it's important to note that if you're a Christian, you should be aware of how seriously the doctrine views the divine character of Jesus, whether within Catholic or Protestant beliefs. However, scholars and religious individuals who believe in the contents of these apocryphal books point out that the human side of the Messiah might have been deliberately excluded from the canonical Bible to conceal the true story of the Son of God. The discovery also offers a different perspective on Judas Iscariot, who is traditionally depicted as a monstrous betrayer in the Bible. The manuscript discovered presents Judas as one of Jesus' closest companions. After betraying Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, instead of hanging himself, the manuscripts record that he goes to a desert to meditate and is never seen again. We also have other historical writings like the Book of Enoch. This intriguing text has been dubbed forbidden from the Bible due to its revelations about the mysteries of creation. Filled with tales of fallen angels, giants, and a unique cosmology, the Book of Enoch offers profound insights into a world that existed a century before Jesus' birth and ministry. However, it is important to note that most Christian denominations do not consider this book to be divinely inspired scripture. The story of the Book of Enoch takes an unexpected turn when it comes to its discovery. After the original manuscript vanished in the late 4th century, it resurfaced in 1773 in Abyssinia, Ethiopia. It was the Ethiopian Christian sect that preserved the Book of Enoch as part of their scriptures, and thus today we are able to explore the remarkable revelations that have been deemed forbidden from the Bible thanks to their preservation. But who exactly was Enoch? According to the Bible, he was a great-great-great-great-grandson of Adam and the great-grandfather of Noah. Enoch lived a life devoted to the Lord, and his faithfulness distinguished him. He fathered Methuselah, who holds the record for the longest lifespan. Throughout his over 3 centuries on earth, Enoch left a lasting legacy. He and the prophet Elijah, the only individuals mentioned in the Bible who were directly taken to heaven without experiencing death. God took him away after 365 years, Genesis 5:24. The phrase "took him away" suggests being snatched up or carried away. This mirrors the way God took Elijah from the earth. It was Enoch's unwavering faith and obedience to God that set him apart, and as a testament to his favor with God, he was spared the pain of death. Enoch holds a prominent place in Jewish and Christian traditions. He is attributed as the author of the Book of Enoch and is also known as the Scribe of Judgment. References to Enoch can be found in the Gospel of Luke, the Epistle to the Hebrews, and the Epistle of Jude, the latter of which even quotes from his writings. Within the Catholic Church, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Oriental Orthodoxy, Enoch is regarded as a saint. He was renowned as a preacher, and his sermons were declarations of God's judgments upon humanity. In many ways, his ministry foreshadowed Noah's mission as a preacher of righteousness and builder of the ark. In a world plagued by immorality and ungodliness, it was truly remarkable for a man like Enoch to stand up and pronounce judgment upon his neighbors. After the Book of Enoch resurfaced in Abyssinia, Ethiopia in 1773, scholars carefully examined the ancient texts and made an astounding discovery. They were more than 2,000 years old, and that was just the beginning. In the surrounding caves, they found tens of thousands of scroll fragments totaling between 800 and 900 texts. Among these incredible findings was the Book of Enoch, a monumental work divided into 5 distinct parts. The Books of Watchers, the Book of Parables, the Astronomical Book, the Dream Visions, and the Epistle of Enoch. Altogether, this captivating book consists of 100 chapters. The Book of Enoch covers a wide range of fascinating themes that still captivate our imagination today. It delves into the topics of rewards, punishment, the end of the world, and the Last Judgment. Within its pages, we are introduced to Enoch, who serves as our guide through these profound concepts. The first book, comprising chapters 6 to 36, primarily focuses on angels, the tree of life, Jerusalem, and the vast universe. In particular, the Watcher's book recounts the tale of fallen angels mentioned in Genesis 6, 1-4. These angels rebelled, seduced human women, produced offspring known as Nephilim, and imparted advanced knowledge to humanity. Ultimately, their actions led to the Great Flood and their own annihilation. The term Nephilim refers to these fallen angels who are described as towering beings akin to giants. The connection between God's sons and the Nephilim has been interpreted in various ways. One widely accepted viewpoint, as described in the non-canonical first book of Enoch, suggests that the sons of God are fallen angels and the Nephilim are the result of their union with human women. This interpretation aligns with the description of the Nephilim as giants, which implies their immense size. However, some find it theologically problematic to believe that angels or demons could physically mate with humans. An alternative interpretation proposes that the Nephilim were ordinary men who strayed from holiness. According to this view, the sons of God are the descendants of Seth, the righteous son of Adam, and the Nephilim were members of Seth's family who turned away from God. This perspective, known as the Scythian view, found support among theologians such as St. Augustine and other church fathers, as well as many Jewish theologians. The Scythian view also extended to the idea that the daughters of mankind were the ungodly women from Cain's lineage, the wicked sons of Adam. But whether the Nephilim's enormous stature is understood literally or symbolically, it's undeniable that they were formidable warriors. The second part of the Book of Enoch, the Parable of Similitude, presents an apocalyptic novel centered around the Son of Man and the Ancient of Days. These ancient prophecies regarding Jesus are entirely consistent with the Bible and remarkably comparable to the Book of Revelation. The astronomical book, as the name suggests, provides a detailed account of the stars and their significance. In the Dream Vision section, Enoch unveils a prophecy encompassing all of human history, from the dawn of time to the end of times and the final judgment. This extraordinary prophecy carefully predicts the past, present, and future. The structures of the prophecy, organized into weeks, bear similarities to the Book of Daniel. And then there is the ancient tale, the Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh. Once upon a time, in the ancient city of Uruk, there lived a remarkable king named Gilgamesh. He possessed extraordinary qualities, being 2/3 god and 1/3 man. Gilgamesh was known for his incredible strength, stunning appearance, and profound wisdom. His rule, however, began with cruelty and tyranny. He oppressed his people, indulging in his desires by raping women who caught his fancy, whether married or noble. The citizens of Uruk suffered under his forced labor and groaned beneath his oppressive rule. In response to their pleas, the gods created a companion for Gilgamesh named Enkidu, a wild man of equal magnificence. Enkidu became Gilgamesh's closest friend, and their bond shattered when Enkidu succumbed to a deadly illness inflicted by the gods. Heartbroken, Gilgamesh embarked on a journey to the edge of the world, where he discovered ancient secrets and recorded them on stone tablets. The epic tale truly begins with Enkidu, who lived harmoniously among the animals, grazing in meadows and drinking from watering holes. His wild existence changed when a hunter discovered him and sent a temple prostitute to tame him. In those times, it was believed that women and the power of intimacy could civilize wild men like Enkidu. When Enkidu slept with the woman, the animals rejected him, signaling his transition into the human world. The harlot taught him the ways of humanity, and Enkidu was appalled by the stories of Gilgamesh's excessive behavior. Determined to challenge the king, Enkidu traveled to Uruk. There, he interrupted Gilgamesh's attempt to force his way into a bride's chamber, and a fierce wrestling match ensued. Ultimately, Gilgamesh emerged as the victor, and their clash transformed into a profound friendship as they sought out adventures together. Driven by their shared thirst for excitement, Gilgamesh and Enkidu embarked on a daring mission to steal forbidden trees from a remote cedar forest. Guarding the forest was a fearsome demon named Humbabar, the loyal servant of Enlil, the god of earth, wind, and air. Side by side, the two heroes battled the monster, with existence from the sun god Shamash leading to their triumph.